Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for the national anthem and remain standing for the invocation? Our national anthem will be led by Jeremy Glenn Small, who is receiving his Master of Music today from the Wanda Bass School of Music. You will find the words to the national anthem on page 35 of your program. This morning's invocation is led by Kevin L. Wilkinson, who will be receiving his Master of Music today from the Wanda Bass School of Music.
Join me in an attitude of prayer. Loving Creator, we thank you for the opportunities and blessings that have led us to this place today. We thank you for families and friends who celebrate with us, those who are here today and those who celebrate from afar. We are grateful for the ways they have nurtured and shaped us. We thank you for staff, faculty, and mentors who have supported us through this specific time in our lives and whose support will continue to help us in future endeavors. We thank you for peers and colleagues who have helped us make discoveries about our fields of study and about ourselves. We are especially thankful for those people and experiences at this university that have broadened our perspective and understanding of you, of ourselves, of one another, and of the local and global communities around us. We gather today at what seems to us the end of a journey, yet we look around and see a world that has not yet realized its potential. We continue to see injustice in our world, blinding pride, prejudice, inequality, and needless suffering. We see these things and know that this cannot be the end of a journey. We know this is only the end of a season in which we have become better equipped to be agents of change in private enterprise, in public service, and in personal relationships. Help us make our achievements here more than a piece of paper on a wall. Help us to uncover the many places in our lives, expected and unexpected, where we can take the knowledge and experience gained through and around our studies and use them not just for our personal advancement, but to share light and life with your world. We thank you for a day of rest and reflection to recognize what has been accomplished. And we thank you for a lifetime of opportunities for continued growth and service. We pray this in the name of our Creator, our Redeemer, and our Sustainer. Amen.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Oklahoma City University, Robert Henry.
Good afternoon and welcome. I think I should take a moment to acknowledge a few people. First, a person reverently known on the platform as the disembodied voice That is the disembodied voice of Professor Lance Marsh. Let's thank him.
Yes, sir.
You really should consider a career in acting. And we have two of our trustees here today, Dr. Donald Kim and President-designate Martha Berger. I saw them, I know they're here. They're over, there you are. So thank you for being here. And also, I'm very pleased to have my wife, Dr. Jan Rawls Henry, here, the First Lady of Oklahoma City University. We are extremely proud of our faculty here at OCU, and the highest faculty honor presented by the university is the Outstanding Faculty Award. After a series of nominations and recommendations and meetings, a committee of past award recipients selects the outstanding faculty member from all of these nominations. It has become a tradition, perhaps it is hazing, I don't know, Lisa, but it is a tradition that once you win the award, you have to give the graduation speech, which is wonderful because it allows our guests and graduates to see what kind of teachers we have. We're pleased today to have Professor of Religion and Endowed Chair of Hebrew Bible in the School of Religion, Dr. Lisa Wolf, as our recipient and speaker today. Dr. Wolf is a native of Ohio, and she's been a part of the OCU faculty since 2007. Prior to coming to OCU, she served in more than 6 different churches, specializing in youth ministry, Christian education, and interim ministry. Along the way, she's done some other things. She's held the role of children's hospital chaplain, church camp counselor, job coach, and even a dental assistant. Dr. Wolf's area of expertise includes the wisdom literature, women in the Hebrew Bible. Aside from numerous publications, in 2013 to 2017, Lisa worked with the OCU Hebrew students researching a Dead Sea Scroll fragment that belongs to the Museum of the Bible collection. Their collaboration was published. Please go to the back of the program at some point today and read Dr. Wolf's bio in regard to her publications and the publication that she and her students had with respect to these Dead Sea Scrolls. We are very privileged to have her as part of the OCU community, and we congratulate her today on this wonderful honor. Will you please join me in welcoming this year's Outstanding Faculty Award recipient, Dr. Lisa Wolf.
Stories hold great power. Of course, we know they can inspire hope, they can encourage us to transform the world, they can change our paradigm, they can get us through rough times too. This quote that I hope you'll see in just a minute. There we go. All sorrows can be borne if we put them in a story or tell a story about them. That quote is helpful for me in trying to stretch a story to figure out why it might have been important to a community. I have the privilege of teaching about stories as a Bible professor. They're ancient stories, stories that have been preserved by faith communities and deemed sacred. So today, I thought I'd share with you one of my favorite Bible stories. This is from the book of Ruth, and I actually brought my grandmother's King James. Here we go. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem. You know, you don't know what any of those words mean, do you? It just would not have sounded like that in its earliest days when it was being passed around by the storytellers of the time. So we're going to try this again. You just pretend that I'm kind of a traveling storyteller bard, and you're in your little village, and there is nothing better to do than to come out and hear the traveling storyteller bard, because there's no Netflix or iPhones. And I have a little cheat sheet we'll show you in a minute. If you already know the book of Ruth and you want to understand how I have translated the names in the story. So I'm just going to come over here and tell it to you like this. Once upon a time, in House of Breadland, there was a famine. Because every bard needs a musician, right? And you get it? It's kind of funny. A famine in House of Breadland. I mean, not like funny, like ironic funny. Kind of laugh so you don't cry funny. So in a time when there was no king in Israel and everyone did what was right in their own eyes, there was a man whose name was My God is King. And he left House of Breadland because of the famine for land of the despised enemy. And he took along with him his wife, whose name was Sweetness and Light, and their 2 sons, whose names were Sickness and Disease and Annihilation. Yeah, those are funny names. But again, kind of sad funny, not funny funny, like they probably got those names because they were born in a time of famine. Well, once they got to land of the despised enemy, My God is King died. But Sickness and Disease and Annihilation got married to women who were from land of the despised enemy, and their names were Back of the Neck and My Cup Runneth Over. And who knew one would be able to find such a woman of overflowing love and kindness in land of the despised enemy? But after about 10 years, the sons died. What would you expect with names like that, right? This left Sweetness and Light with 2 foreign, widowed daughters-in-law, and they weren't just foreigners, they were from land of the despised enemy. So at that point, Sweetness and Light decided it would be a good idea to go back home to House of Breadland. She heard they might have food again there. So she got up to go to House of Breadland, and she noticed that her daughters-in-law were coming with her. So she blessed them, and she kissed them, and she said, "Go on back to your mother's houses in land of the despised enemy." But the daughters-in-law cried and said, "No, our mother, we will go with you." And Sweetness and Light said, "Look, I have no more sons to give you, okay?" Yeah, it is funny, but that's how they did things in those days. She said, "Go on back to your mother's houses." And finally, Back of the Neck relented and showed the back of her neck and went on back home to her mother's house. But My Cup Runneth Over, no, not her. My Cup Runneth Over gave a moving soliloquy to Sweetness and Light and to her land and to her people and even to her God for all time. And she ended the soliloquy with a swear for good dramatic measure. After this, Sweetness and Light responded with the silent treatment. And thus, the 2 women returned to House of Breadland together in silence. Now, when they got there, the women from House of Breadland said, "Hey, isn't that our old friend Sweetness and Light? she's back here and with someone new. And Sweetness and Light said to them, I'm not Sweetness and Light anymore. I'm now bitter, because the God of sustenance has been bitter to me. And those women from House of Breadland looked at her, and they looked at each other, and they said, wait a minute, she's bitter now. She also said that she had left House of Breadland full and came back empty, but do you recall she left here with sons named Sickness and Disease and Annihilation, and now she's back with a daughter-in-law named My Cup Runneth Over? Oh, she really picked the right new name, that bitter. And that is how Sweetness and Light and My Cup Runneth Over ended up back in House of Breadland just in time for the barley harvest. So good for making bread. The end of chapter 1. Thank you to my musician, the wonderful Maya Johnson. Here's why I love this story. It does so much. It is funny and sad at the same time. It does bear the sorrows of those who grieve and those who live in hunger. It bears the sorrows of those who are foreigners and those who love foreigners and those who feel alienated from God. It inspires us to think about family in new ways. It challenges our assumptions about foreigners. And here's what I love most. It makes fun of our bitterness. It makes fun of the way that we can get so sucked into bitterness that we don't even notice the abundant gifts all around us. Graduates, and everyone else here for that matter, what is your story? I know, maybe it's not from the Bible. I'm cool with that. Maybe it's even a story you saw in the movie theater. My favorite one recently was from Marvel Comics and Ryan Coogler. Yeah, Black Panther. It is indeed a powerful parable for our time. I've been thinking a lot about the teenagers from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School and how they had this horrible story in their head and they couldn't get rid of it. And so they wrote a new story. They organized this massive demonstration that went around the world to have a new story to live by. Maybe you graduates lived or learned your story while you were in school here at OCU. Maybe you read it in a book or sang it in a song. Maybe you created it with a colleague. Maybe you heard it at the bedside of someone in the hospital. Maybe you have not found your story yet and will go out to discover it. Maybe you will create or write or compose or enact the stories that will inspire, transform, bear sorrows. Whatever you may go on to do, graduates, go seeking the stories with the power to shape your lives and help others find the stories they need too.
Thank you, Professor Wolf. Our student address speaker today is Quincy William Chapman, who is a Master of Science in Energy Management student. Quincy's great passion is developing winning strategies for people to achieve competitive advantage and superior results. He creatively helps constituents translate a vision into successful, coherent, marketable, entertaining, and informative product, project, process, and/or business. He understands that no single approach is right for every stakeholder, and so he's been trained in project management, change management, leadership, business management, strategic foresight, communications, energy management, engineering, business relationship management, and quality management. As an experienced engineering project management and business management professional, Quincy is currently serving in a product owner, product manager role at Oklahoma Gas and Electric. Will you please welcome him today?
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Quincy Chapman. It's an honor and a pleasure to stand here before you today. If you will, please join me in giving a round of applause to the class of 2018, to our family and friends, to faculties and professors, to those who serve or served our country, and finally for those who could not be here today. Give it up. Yes. I would like to thank God and my family. You have been my rock and my support system, and I know today means as much to you as it does to me. So let's talk about today. Over the last couple of years, you've been diving into three things: who you are, what you represent, and who you will be in the future. You all have a story to tell, a new experience, a challenging journey, and I don't know everyone's story, but I know your story has taken you on a trip of self-revelation, and as with most adventures, it has not been without mishaps, battles, sacrifices. Let's be honest, you have reached a point over the last couple of years where pulling back felt way better than pushing through. But all of you have figured out how to gain from every last bit of it, or possibly attempted to, right? You took a step forward. Sometimes it had positive results. Sometimes it was a miserable failure. But regardless of the result, you have learned something valuable from it. You have finally recognized that when people are on that journey with you, not only do they grow, you grow too. This is what I call the gift of growth and progress. And with any gift, it can be given or received. According to National Football League coach Pete Carroll, each person holds so much power within themselves. Sometimes they just need a little nudge, a little direction, a little support, a little coaching, and the greatest things can happen. What stands out the most to me about today is you have been given something well-deserved. I'm not only talking about your degree, but somebody has given you the endowment of love, joy, and achievement. What I mean is, you can all recognize there are people everywhere throughout the world who want to make a positive change, but they don't know where or how to get there. Beyond question, they hope more than anything else just to get equipped, support, and meaningful direction to enable them to produce a worthy life. Be that as it may, getting connected to the correct individual, organization, employer, university, or the correct tools can feel way out of grasp. But you, every one of you can make this simple. Every one of you can influence incredible things to occur for another person. You can give the gift of growth and progress by giving access to the people and apparatuses that they need for themselves to be successful. You can be the blessing that supports them in changing their lives for the far superior. So, how do you give the gift of growth and progress? You must continue accomplishing a greater amount of what you did to arrive here today. Think about your family and friends here today. They have given you love, support, and a good, healthy relationship, the gift of growth and progress. Class of 2018, you have created a solid foundation for someone else by demonstrating to your colleagues, family, and friends that it's okay to take a calculated risk. You have been investing energy with intriguing individuals, voyaging, crafting your abilities and purpose, escaping your normal parameters of familiarity, learning a new expertise, and dealing with the opportunity all the more productively while you're getting reliably great. That's the gift of growth and progress. Faculty, you have assisted the class of 2018 to find more clarity and purpose, the gift of growth and progress. Professors, You have helped us develop confidence and competencies to build a meaningful, personal, and professional life. That's the gift of growth and progress. A mentor or coach has been there to help you heal and grow. An employer has empowered you to make a positive change. And an organization has provided you funding. Yes, growth and progress. You have figured out how to invest in yourself. You have made sense of how to pour resources into yourself. And you have learned how to feel good about yourself and your life. You have relied on instincts to be the highest and best expression of yourself. That's growth and progress. Some of us have heard about how you keep it pushing, while others have seen us how you've hustled harder, all with the potential to change the world for the better. You've been willing to be stretched past your fears, past your insecurities, past your safe place. Look how you've made being out of your comfort zone your best friend. That's the gift of growth and progress. You've been on the road less traveled, and you understand that small steps lead to big changes. For example, recently I came across this article while I was surfing the internet. The name of the article was, "The One Step You Need to Get a College Degree." I'm thinking to myself, what is this one step? Did I take the one step? I wish I would have known about this one step earlier. Maybe I can pass this one step on to someone else. So I clicked on the article and began to take a deep dive into the information. And I quickly realized this wasn't some of those books like you see, 7 Steps to Success, 3 Ways to Win. On the contrary, this article literally talked about the one step. This article was really focused on the number of steps a non-college student takes in comparison to the average amount of steps a non-college or a college student takes. The average non-college student takes 1.8 million steps per year, which is an average of 5,100 steps a day. While the average college student takes 2.8 steps per year, 2.8 million steps per year, which is an average of 7,700 steps a day. Now, I don't have to be a mathematician here, but that's a million more steps. That's a 55% step increase of growth and progress per year. Class of 2018, you understand that a step can lead to a big change. You see, this is your moment. This is your dream. And this is your season. So today I feel like you. Today captures me. Today excites me. And today proves to me that the gift of growth and progress is exponential. It's not on some straight linear path. It's exponential. Let us remember that our talents are never enough. You must continue to give and receive this gift. You have the potential to change the world for the better. So the question I need to ask you is, what are you doing to continue to grow, and how are you helping someone else continue to grow? Truth, church, and knowledge. Congratulations, class of 2018. Job well done.
We are now ready to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the master's degrees please stand? President Henry, on behalf of the faculty of Oklahoma City University, it is my privilege to present the 2018 candidates for the master's degrees.
Thank you, Mr. Provost. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Oklahoma City University and upon the recommendation of the university faculty, I confer upon you the master's degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto.
Thank you, President Henry. Graduates, you may be seated. Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please stand? President Henry, on behalf of the faculty of Oklahoma City University, it is my privilege to present the 2018 candidates for doctoral degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Buchanan. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Oklahoma City University and upon the recommendation of the university faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral degree with all the honors and privileges that pertain thereto.
Thank you, President Henry. Graduates, you may be seated. Please join me in congratulating the newest Oklahoma City University alumni. Graduates, you will be directed to the stage by the faculty marshals.
The names of our graduating students will be announced by Dr. Robert Griffin.
As you cross the stage today, after receiving your diploma and shaking hands with President Henry, we invite you to seal your covenant with Oklahoma City University by placing your hand on the gold star located on your right as you exit the stage. The original gold star stands as a point of honor atop the Gold Star Memorial Building, constructed in 1954 for the Oklahoma Methodists who were killed in service to their country. We invite you to celebrate this tradition at Oklahoma City University. Dean Amy Cataldi and Associate Dean Helen Gudan will hood the candidates for master's degrees from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Arts degrees from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. Laura Akers. Manikandan Arumugam. Kimberly Campbell. Kent Davis. Anna Marie Duty. Nicole Eubanks. Anita Gaddis. John Houston. Alonzo Jordan Lopez. Miranda Kitchingham. Brittany Kelly. Jared Kruger. Sarah Kuhlman. Rachel Magnus. Madison Elizabeth Moody. Jacob Sargent. Tracy Schickadance. Cynthia Sanchez Vora. Kelly Warmoth. Jessica Yo. Irene Mine. Lynn Lee. Enju Jung. Da Pong U. Ji Yeon Song. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Education degrees from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. Benny Brown, Jr. Andre Whaley. Lavitra Ray Stevenson. Kirsten Carnegie. Kyan Marie Mitchner. Joshua LaFawn Wolf. Crystal Hawkins. Elizabeth Nicole Sizemore. Taylor Morgan Barnett. Jian Wang. Tiffany Woods. Stephen Resendez. Ellie Taft Southcott. Catherine Marianne Mendoza. Kathleen Elizabeth Dawson. Melissa Kathleen Mosley. Songyun Zhang. Xinpei Liu. Rachel Cade. Lindsay Strader. Andrea Nesbitt. Stephen Gooch. Oh Chi In. Chan Hoyan. Phok Y Man. Huang Chan Rong. Lao Ya Ying. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Fine Arts degrees from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. Michelle Elric Breedlove. The following graduate is receiving a Master of Science degree from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. Terrence Bonhomme. Dean Mark Parker and graduate coordinator Melissa Plumman will hood the candidates for master's degrees from the Wanda L. Bass School of Music. Ryan Alay. Caleb Binda. Anthony Benz. Yang Kao. Benjamin David Clark. Kimberly Laura Dykeman. Aaron Erlinson. Jessica Fritz. Jeremy Small. Elena Avery Gage. Joshua Gobb. Martina Colano. Katie Lewis. Jonathan Lewis Lynch. Kelly Murda. Danielle Peterson. Sarah Poole. Austin Rice. James Ryan Clay Robinson. Alfredo Vasquez. Kevin Wilkinson. Hanwon Yan. Jin Jae. And now, Dean Lois Salmeron and Associate Dean Linda Cook will hood the candidates for master's degrees from the Kramer School of Nursing. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Science in Nursing degrees from the Kramer School of Nursing. Janice James. Pachanunon Vivarakonan. Warongrong Nilpet. Whitney Lane Cole. The following graduates are receiving their Doctor of Nursing Practice degrees from the Kramer School of Nursing. Simone Guthrie. Geraldine Selou. Olua Fisayo Oni. Ferdinand Giotto. Jyoti Pandey Kadel. Rita Baituge. Elizabeth Scott. Sean Bean Call. Thomas Cook. Mary Brayley Chance. Brittany Michelle Cummings. Tosha Renee Tidwell. Billy Joe Jeffrey. Tammy Wagstaff. Melanie Ann Thompson. Samantha Joanne Norris. Michelle Diedrich. Elizabeth Morris. Tony Ewing Friou. Tanya Annette Pittman. Haley Harrison. Fanny Leanne. Colleen Doherty. Amy Wynn. Susan Michelle Feely. Pietra Alves. Michelle Renee Kuwaku Tipakanik. April Zumwalt. The following graduates are receiving their Doctor of Philosophy degrees from the Kramer School of Nursing. Zaid Ajil. Ali Alatawi. Amy Richards. Vicky Wright. Barbara Miller. Casey Cassidy. Metani Radabut. Angela Martindale. Director Dan McNeil and Medical Director Jerry Bonetta will hood the candidates for master's degrees from the Physician Assistant Program. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Physician Assistant Studies degrees from the Physician Assistant Program. Braden Allred. Brock Forwald. Katie Sears. Nicole Sherry Wintersheet. Shelby Teal. Kunle Folorunso. Hillary Kessler. Madison Summers. Kayla Rinner. Meredith Dunn. Ashton Phillips. Tiana Gehring. Blair Terry. Sarah Jordan Campbell. Lauren Macybrook Lambert. Jamie Ratliff. Larry Burns, Jr. Catherine Phipps. Pooja Bokta. Nisha Panta. Holly Green. Melissa Walker. Nandini Asnani. Kimberly Franks. Alexandra Marie Irvin. Catherine Siebold. Min Yang Quang Trong. Anne-Marie Cloud. Jared Knutzer. Stephen Frazee. Austin Nail. Bradley Brown. Kristen Remy. Nicole Rubin. Taylor Brooke Hertzer. And now Dean Steve Agee and Associate Dean Michael Williams will hood candidates for master's degrees from the Minders School of Business. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Business Administration degrees from the Minders School of Business. Ryan Carlton Birdsong. Keith J. Beebe. Austin Bray. Reza Mogadam. Claudia Ames. Pamela Felaktu. Mary Paltani. Amrish Sengupta. Tony Matthew. Ariana Orfanella. Brianna Wilson. Amanda Rodriguez. Kristen Marie Holland. Caitlin Vaughn. Dakota Hobson. Genesis Saldana. Ryan McGovern. Jocelyn Kennedy. Katie Perry. Bianca Amor N. Wolf. Emily Allen. Cheryl Renee Reich. Joseph Paul Diaz. Faria Ahmed Buchanan. Camelia Aka. Nande Enoch. Shishira Seshadri. Sukanya Bakshi. Audrey Johnston. Deborah Park. Lois Medina. William Benjamin Horn Harris. Michael Graham Jones. Santiago Gali. Maya Katayama. Rongxiang Ye. Zichen Jia. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Science in Accounting degrees from the Minders School of Business. Jared Baker. Hannah Bingham. Lyndon King. John Brishke. Mackenzie Brown. Myra Chavez. J.E. Chen. Austin Hopfer. Farhat Elias. Yuan Jiang. Skylar Lusnia. Holden Lyons. Brijesh Patel. Ramita Raja. Tracy Reed. Robin Reynolds. Samuel John Woolman. Mohan Tsai. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Science degree in Energy Legal Studies from the Minders School of Business. Thomas Fritz. Janet McMullen Culpin. Catherine Nelson. Tracy Tyndall. The following graduates are receiving a Master of Science degree in Energy Management from the Minders School of Business. Carla Beltran. Casey Keeney. Alicia Elizabeth Browder. James Emery Mitchke II. Clint Dake. Wes Homeyer. Christina Hoffman Barnes. Mace Patterson. Brian Bolding. Victor Hugo Conceição. Laura Thurman. Mitchell Tien. Quincy William Chapman. Michael Martin. Edward McDaniels. Carson Walker. Casey Blake LaBrue. JC Jory Joan Trout. Ryan Wall. Leanne No. Tara Holly. Curtis Horton. The following graduates are receiving their Master of Science degrees in Computer Science from the Minders School of Business. Charlotte Beck. Sasha Ravella. Abhishek Singireddy. Sai Santosh. Pavan Amatat. Karim Lawal. Nishan Gurung. Murali Mitul Ratu Shalimala. Sai Vihan Magani. Sravani Puta. Satya Vankat Pavan Pasumati. Hima Bindu Priya Javaji. Rajita Guni. Prem Kumar Chiraboina. Mani Boka. Sai Sravant Chavali. Venkata Bala Kartik Shirivol. Pranit Reddy Kalem. Pritam Chavan Rajesh. Grish Magadam. Shruti Perishetla. Madhuri Male. Naga Sahitya Kali. Shruti Ravuri. Congratulations to the class of 2018.
We now present the Oklahoma City University Covenant. It is a pleasure to introduce Milena Caitlin Riley, who has been awarded her Bachelor of Arts today from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences, University Marshal Terry Phelps, and Alumni Board President Chris Black. They will lead the Covenant responses found on page 36 of your program.
Hello. Faculty, please join with me in reading. Just as parents raise their children to leave them, teachers hope to make their students wise enough that we become superfluous. A true teacher has succeeded when a student lives his or her education. We will have taught you well if you know that intelligence is important, but wisdom is vital. Don't just go and do, go and be men and women of virtue.
We have learned much more from you than the syllabus covered, because you have taught us by example. We have learned that knowledge is power, but character is enduring. Thank you for not just doing your job, but for being our teachers.
We all once stood where you now stand, thinking mostly about the future. But as alumni, we know that the past is prologue to the future. Don't forget the gift you have been given here. Find a way to give something back to this community that has given you so much.
We will not forget. As we join the unbroken line of OCU alumni, you can depend on us to think not just about where we're going, but about where we came from. We pledge to honor Oklahoma City University and uphold the United Methodist tradition of academic excellence, spiritual development, and service to others. We are not just OCU graduates, we are now proud OCU alumni.
Please stand for the benediction, led by Taylor Morgan Barnett, who has been awarded her Master of Education today from the Petrie College of Arts and Sciences. Then join together in singing the Alma Mater, led by Kimberly Dykeman, who has been awarded her Master of Music today from the Wanda Bass School of Music. You will find the words to the Alma Mater on page 37 of your program.
Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong, vigorous, and very courageous. Do not be afraid or dismayed, for the Lord God is with you wherever you may go. My prayer for each of us in this room today is that we will live by these intentions. May we have the strength to get through the darkest of nights, the courage to rise again after those moments of utter despair, and a fearlessness that allows us to pursue the things we were born to do. And last but not least, a sense of God's grace following us wherever we may go. My hope is that you will see this grace overflowing in your own lives through the people you encounter, the dreams that you achieve, and the reverberating belief that when your head hits the pillow at night, you are enough. Now may we go forth and be well and live in the grace that is more than enough.
We proudly present the Oklahoma City University graduates of 2018. Please remain seated during the recessional.